Bowling comes to CBS Sports, and it brings along golf's popular skins game format. Tomorrow on CBS Sports Spectacular, Walter Ray Williams Jr., Parker Bone III, Randy Peterson, and Mike Olby get rolling in a frame-by-frame showdown in the Brunswick Bowling skins game.
Mike, when you see the green flag there, they're fixing to open pit road as we speak, and I'll guarantee everybody's coming in for a tire check here.
Yeah, they've been out there. They'll complete 54 laps when they come back around, and that's only 20 or so laps from a scheduled pit stop, or when they would need to come in for fuel. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think most of them will come in.
Going to have a look at tire wear and make sure with some of the multiple incidents, not any debris on those tires as they change them. Top off with fuel.
And that valuable adjustment to the chassis to balance the car out better.
Patty's car being hauled back to the garage.
And here come the leaders.
You'd think the pace car went down pit road.
He's going to be lonely out there about everybody else who's coming in the pit.
Morgan Shepherd just made a stop, so he'll be the car behind the pace car, even though he is now more than a lap down. Dick Berggren.
Here comes Joe Nemechek and everybody else down pit road as well. Nemechek's plan, just put 4 tires in the car. They are absolutely delighted with the way it's running. They should be. The plan when they get those 4 tires on, nails, get out of here as fast as possible. There's only 1 pit ahead of him, so he doesn't have any speed limit because the speed limit ends at that pit. They're doing a great job on the right side. Bill Miller's doing the front tires. Keith Martin is doing the backs. Randy Hildreth is on the gas. Scott Glasscock is on the jack. So far, so good. He is surrounded by saddlers. Elliott in front, Herbie in back. And let's go up pit road.
Well, Tony Stewart had a fantastic pit stop, Dick. He's already in and out of here and gone. I believe he's going to be the first one out. The one thing they did do to the car was raise the track bar. Remember, he was a little loose going into the corner and tight coming off. He ended up deciding that going in a little loose wasn't too bad. He is a dirt track racer by trade coming into this series, and he felt that all that they needed to do was just loosen him up a little bit coming off, and he'd be fine.
Best 4 tire change, that car right there, Tony Stewart, 18.66 seconds. Gets him out first. Joe Nemechek stopped 20.07 seconds. So there's Tony Stewart. As the wreckers bring in Matt Kenseth and Patty Moise's cars, take them back to the garage area. There's a look at Stewart's crew, and they've got a lot to be proud of.
A couple of cars got together as they were coming off pit road. Randy LaJoy and the 85 car of Shane Hall hit pretty good. Randy LaJoy is coming back into the pits now. They were out in the grass.
Yeah, look at the left front. Might be a little damage there.
Yeah,
left front of LaJoy's car.
I think there is, definitely.
And you see they're stringing the right side of the car, lining up those aluminum blocks across the tires and running the string. Checking wheelbase or toe out or both?
Both. That's what they want to make sure is tracking. And they use the string down through there. They can actually set the toe in with that string and make sure the rear end housing is lined up the way they want it also.
A couple of track NASCAR officials having a look at the results of the contact. And they're going to put a right side tire on Randy's car.
Boy, his luck this year has totally been different from years past when he won the championships, and this year he's just had a lot of unusual things to happen.
Let me correct that. They did not change the right side tire, just tighten up lug nuts. In the blue sweatshirt, that's crew chief, or rather team manager Steve Bird. Crew chief Billy Nasowitz help running the repair there, and since we're under caution, All LaJoy will lose his track position. He'll still retain a position on the lead lap, but he'll be 35th. 1 lap to go. We'll look for green. The leader is Lance Hooper. He pitted back on lap 32 on the second caution of the day and did not make a pit stop this time. Nobody covers NASCAR like CBS Sportsline. You'll get latest news and standings from the track, in-depth columns and driver bios, video highlights, interviews, and more. Get on the fast track at cbs.sportsline.com. Ken Squire?
LaJoy's an interesting story here today. Remember, he started 43rd at the outset. He had come all the way to 23rd. before this caution. So coming from 36th position, looks like a walk for him. The other one that's interesting is the guy that was just in front of him in 22nd, as you see LaJoie coming back in. Buckshot Jones, the 00 car. Buckshot had started 37th, and he was running in 22nd. So both of those guys are on the come. They look like they're headed up into the top of this race before it's over this afternoon. There's Buckshot in the 00. He, too, has just made his pit stop, and he'll be ready to ramble when we go back to green. 56 laps are now complete in this Coca Cola 300. 84 miles are down. Here's Mike Joy.
Thanks, Ken. Ned Lanshooper, 2 tires back at the second caution. Did not stop this time. Good move, bad move? What do you think?
Well, it certainly gives him track position. And this year, for the first time ever, NASCAR awards points for the leader of a race. You get 5 bonus points like you do in NASCAR Winston Cup racing. But he's not running for points, so I don't know that that was the incentive. I think track position is it, but I believe that they'll eat him alive here, let's say, for the screen flag.
Lanshooper is probably counting on there being another caution within the next 40 laps so that he does not have to pit under green. He's the race leader as we go back to turn 1 under green. Spencer with an inside move. Too wide, a little further back as well. The front 8 cars got away single file. Working lap 58 of 200.
Well, I said it eat him alive. He's doing okay. He's staying out there in front. Of course, he's the former champion of the West Coast, West and West series of NASCAR. He certainly knows how to drive.
And his car owner, Richard Jackson, ran Winston Cup cars for more than 10 years.
Ned, you're exactly right. When they get some heat in these tires that they just put on the car, they will eat him alive, I'll guarantee you. Down the straightaways, you can see right now Tony Stewart taking a look on the inside. Lanshooper fighting back. It's one groove through these corners right now, so really and truly, until they get a lot of temperature in the tires, you won't see this really hurt the car that only took on 2 tires. But as they run along, it will change.
If you're Tony Stewart, where do you make your move?
Well, Tony Stewart's in great shape right now. They're not going anywhere, and he's right up in the front part of this field, and you can see Joe Nemechek in the 87 now, getting a little nervous back here in second spot.
I think the best place to make a move passing that we've seen, Mike, is coming off of turn 4. If you can get a fender alongside of a car coming off there, maybe get him a little bit loose, that appears to be the best place for this racetrack. And right behind them, there is some passing going on right there, as you see Hermie Sadler making the move. Matt Kenseth going around the 89 car of Stanton Barrett, and Jimmy Spencer moving right along there too. A lap ago, Mark Martin just moved over and let Jimmy Spencer pass, didn't even contest him.
Jimmy Spencer moved all the way up to 8th place for him, Mike.
Back up front, Lanshooper holding Tony Stewart, Joe Nemechek, and Elliott Sadler. Not a car length difference from second to third. Now that gets erased as they close up down in turn 1. Riding along with Joe Nemechek in third. Our Bell South Mobility Cam.
Oh, he's getting a good run up out of the corner here. He's making Stewart look over there and seeing go right on by down the back straightaway.
What did I say a while ago? Good place to pass is off of turn 2. No, I said turn 4. Well, good place for Nemechek was get that run off turn 2. And now let's see what he does off 4.
Here he comes again, past the mustard.
Oh, be careful. On the edges apart, they go down. Nemechek has him as they go into turn 1.
And Stewart trying to capitalize. Finds room. Elliott Sadler. Might have wrinkled just a touch of paint there. Here comes Elliott, Hermie, and Matt Kenseth.
That's what our expert was talking about, Ned Jarrett, when he said 2 tires was a mistake.
That will settle with Lanshooper back in 6th position now. Jimmy Spencer's underneath him for 7th. And now we look at a group led by Mark Martin in 8th place. Stanton Barrett, the white car in the middle there. Mark Krogh trying to get past in 10th.
Over car number 80.
Started 4th. And you're looking from Mark Martin. I'm back at Mark Krogh. Excuse me, that's Barrett.
Martin trying to make a pass here on Lanshooper. He's got a run on him.
turn one. You can see that outside groove still hadn't worked in there. The Stanton Barrett makes the pass. Now Hooper going back through the field.
Yeah, that whole train will go by. Once you get caught up in that position, you see Dale Earnhardt Jr., car number 72 of Mike Dillon. Buckshot Jones just made a pass on Dale Jarrett.
It's Jeff Burton in the 9, the yellow car.
A very fast car, too, Ned.
Very
pointed
fast.
out.
Yeah, well, Betty, he started in 35th position, and he had worked his way up to about 16th or 17th before that caution. So Jeff Burton has a very, very fast race car. He was one of those that got caught up in that situation in qualifying yesterday. He was the second car to go out after Kevin LePage dumped all of that oil and grease on the racetrack. As we see a couple of other passes here.
Mike Polk being swept up high. And number 30. Jarrett and Burton working underneath. That Jeff Burton car, the yellow number 9. Burton has led the most laps in the Busch Series, and he's led the most laps in Winston Cup this year.
Oh, Mike Copa sideways there. Good catch.
Used that short track experience that he has and brought that thing back under control. Lost a lot of positions, but that's better than losing a race car.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., Mark Krogh, this is for 10th. Make that 9th place. Earnhardt picking up 9th place. Now drawing in on Barrett. 8th and 9th positions here, Ford versus Chevrolet.
Look at the run that Earnhardt Jr. gets out of that corner there. That race car is really hooked up.
How much of that is engine? How much of that is handling?
Well, a lot of handling because you can't get back in the throttle if the car is turning sideways. So the car is hooked up well, and they have a great crew chief on that race car that's worked with he and his father for many, many years. And Dale Earnhardt won a lot of races with Tony Eury, and now he's helping Dale Jr. really come along.
A lot of people at the start of this season, when Dale Earnhardt named his son to replace Steve Parks, said the kid's not ready. All those people were wrong. I was one of them.
He appears to be ready. He's very aggressive, has proven to be a good race driver.
He's done a great job in that car this year.
And you see Lance Hooper up on the outside there continues to move back as cars go by on the inside. And the older tires that he has, plus the fact that the left side tires, as you mentioned, Mike, are the ones he started the race on. So they've been on there a long, long time, and boy, it makes a big difference once those tires get worn down and hot. You lose traction.
69 laps complete. CBS Sports coverage continues after this message and a word from your local station.